No. Seemingly my mic was on all time. Good shit. So if I made noise, it could have been heard. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I am here to play a little bit of Final Fantasy II on stream. Don't know for how long. I'm kinda tired. I've done some stuff today that was really needed. So yeah. Regardless. Sunfire. And I had to talk to somebody, and I fucking forgot who, because it was last night that I talked to the king, and so I don't remember jack fucking shit. I got a spell. Okay. Where is this figure that I need to find that knows where the goddess spell is? Guess I'll talk to the princess. Ask about the goddess bell. I've heard Scott and Garn mention the bell. The gates of Kashuan open only. Okay. Only Gordon were here. There would be no need for you to risk such danger. But he isn't, so you must. There is nothing I can do for you. Joseph knows the snow plains like the back of his hand. You should seek his counsel. So is he at the snow plains already? Question mark? Because that is a very fucking vague hint if he is. At least it's a vague hint in my book. Also, I spot a lurker. Hi, lurker. That I won't say by name. Did I actually send this person what I did today? That is actually a good question. No, I did not. I will send them what I did today. And done. Snuffling. But yeah, today has been a long day. I have done 2 big things. I cleaned out a part of my hallway, and I completely emptied out my bedroom. I already had it like partially emptied out, but now I've put my bed back and everything and took out all the junk, and there's practically nothing left except for my bed and the closets and such. The closet's internal, but yeah, um, and it's another step towards cleaning things. I also started doing that because I got a little bit paranoid. I have a lovely downstairs neighbor who is not being a bitch about things, but has mentioned that they seemingly might hear me in the middle of the night when I have my sleepless nights and whatnot. Which, fair enough. But at the same time, they've lived here for 2 years in this apartment. I've lived here for 10 years in this apartment complex. And until 2 or 3 weeks ago, they have had no issues with any noise complaints from me. But now there suddenly is. And I did have a mouse recently, and I completely understand that when that happens, that they that she could have heard that in the middle of the night. But before that time, and currently, there can't be different noises from normal. Either she has become, for some reason, hyper focused on noises, and it's just that, or I just don't have. Yeah, this is Joseph. Okay. The only way to reach Snow Cavern is on my snowcraft. I keep the snowcraft hidden in the mine. There's a blue stone on the first floor that marks the spot. Look behind the stone and to the right. The secret room's there, and the snowcraft is inside. I'm sorry I couldn't help you find the mithril, so I want to make up for it. Okay. Well, shit, so I can't go back and ask you what the fuck you said and where to go. That's great stuff. But yeah, she's lived here 2 years. My pattern is not really that different. And quite frankly, with recently me not opening my door anymore, I would say that things should be more quiet. But I'm not sure. I'm really confused, but it brings a certain level of paranoia. So the only thing that I could imagine that happened for the current time was that I have a box spring bed, and I took the big mattress with like the springs, and I put it on the floor, and I just slept in my living room for a bit because I couldn't get myself to sleep in my bedroom for the last few days that much. Because of said paranoia. Which is fine. But, God, I am so fucking tired, I'm losing track of what I said. I just don't know. I'm really trying to. I understand that they're not happy with the noise, and I'm not happy with the idea that I might be the cause of the noise. But the worst thing I do is walk around my house, talk to my cats, and play a video game or go to my bed. So I'm not exactly sure what they are hearing. She said to me that it sounds like furniture moving. On a good day, I don't even like furniture moving around. So, why the fuck would I at 1 or 2 a.m. start moving furniture around, right? like, okay, I could maybe have a spur of the moment live up or something, but I am aware that when it's night and everything is silent, that things can be a lot louder or sound louder than it really is. I don't know. I'm just a little bit confused and unhappy with the idea, and it makes me so paranoid. But I'm hoping that now that I have my bed in place and everything again. So the box spring has like um the mattress is normally on like two little plateaus that are on little stilts, on little legs, which um what is it called in English? I think it's I think maybe because I have a wooden floor in the living room, the springs, but when it was on the directly on the floor, that if I moved around, that the springs might have made noises that were more hearable for my downstairs neighbors. That could be the only thing after the mouse that could have caused more noise. Excuse me. But when it comes to other things, me walking around, me talking to my cats, or if I'm on a voice call with somebody, that's something I've always done. So that should not be different, and that should not make things suddenly now more hearable or whatever. But I genuinely just don't know. But it brings so much paranoia. Because I had when I was younger, I had issues when I still lived with my mom and I was still living in the town that I was born in. We had neighbors who took offense to every fucking thing at some point. So there's now this fear of pissing off neighbors, like a lot. We still have. We actually don't. Flee, and hopefully, no XP. Okay, no XP. Turning encounters off really quickly, just for just a little bit until I'm to the town. I really hate when levels are not synchronized, and that happened in Final Fantasy 1 as well, because Rex character, the character that I that I named after him, just kept fucking dying. He just kept keeling over. I was like, I'm healing you. What the hell? Oh, you are here. I wasn't sure. Okay, so you have heard the whole thing. Well, the thing is that seemingly for 2 years they had no issues until 2 or 3 weeks ago. So what the hell has changed? I have not changed my floors. I have not changed anything. I've only recently started cleaning out my house to a point where maybe due to echo there might be more noise coming through. But at the same time, I live alone, and um, I asked her, "Do you hear talking?" And she said, Sometimes I hear screaming and yelling," and I'm like, "Well, uh, except when I tell my cats to shut the fuck up in the middle of the night, which is like once, maybe, and not consistently. That can't be me. Um, when I talk to friends, I should not be talking so loud that it's well seeming. We tested it. Seemingly, she can hear me talk when I'm just talking to myself, and that was at the daytime earlier, which feels weird, but I don't do that very often in the middle of the night. It's mostly typing. Um, and then, I mean, the walking around, she said, "Oh, but that's not obstructive. That's just normal sounds." But it is very hearable from down here. Okay, well, fair. But I'm not running around. Sometimes my cats fight, but I can't really stop that. I try when the moment is there. I just don't know. The screaming and the yelling, this should just not be me. But I share a bedroom wall, so from when I was about 11 onward, she started dating, and like 4 nights a week, I'd hear her rusty ass bed spring squeaking away. Okay, honestly, like for maybe 10 minutes if she was lucky. Yeah, there. Once I told her that, she never complained to my face about any noise ever again. Still complained onto the void on Facebook though. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I don't know. She's really nice. She's not being nasty about it. She even said, like, maybe it's not you, maybe it's something or somebody else. Maybe it's my neighbors next to me. So the weird thing is, um, sideways the noise is really good, well isolated, but up and down isn't. And the person who lives directly under me is the one with the noise complaints. But again, she's been living here for 2 years. Nothing in my house has changed. I've not like changed out flooring or anything. Not yet, at least. Maybe that's a future thing that I want to do. But currently, currently my floors are exactly the same. In the living room, I have wooden floors, and in the hallway and my bedroom, I have what the fuck is parquet in English? I don't know. Something more common. And the wooden floors creak, but they always creaked. That's not new. But it makes it does make me really paranoid. I want to be a good neighbor. I don't want to cause trouble. I don't want to have trouble with neighbors because I already had a lot of bullshit in the past with neighbors. And while she is nice right now, I am just very fearful of it maybe turning sour at some point. I hope not, but whatever. We'll just have to see, I guess. so now I can get the chests. Oh, right. I turned the thingies off. No. There we go. I'm sorry. We're not doing that. That's what I put it on. Okay. Oh, they're doing the fleeing thing. Okay. Funny. But yeah, I hope for the best. So anyway, how are you, Rex? Monsters. Okay. I'm riddled with injuries. Me too, but what happened to you? What? 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 How? Why? What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Okay. Uh, semi-same? Question marks? But not that bad? Hi, Sai. Even Sai's hearing new stuff. Leg? Pardon me? You didn't tell that one yet. Cut my hand at work, cut my leg at home, cut my foot trying to help Sai. Well, fuck. Hi, hi. You missed me ranting about paranoia. Oh, you were here and just were lurking one under the other. God damn it! Stop being fragile. I know we're getting old, but stop being fragile. Fair enough. And I'm hungry, but CBA can't be can't can't be us. That took a moment. I'm old. I'm not up with the lingo anymore. I don't know the Twilight voice. That sounds funny. Couple of weeks. Yeah, I came to that conclusion. Can't be us. Arsed. Pardon me. I can't say arsed. I will never something normal coming from me. I can't be asked. I forgot how older games for me was like I just press the attack button until I get to a boss fight. Sounds weird to say can't be asked, so I'm trying to avoid these names altogether. I can't be asked. Okay. Let's just arse away. Treasure. Treasure. Give me treasure. Wow. Potion. Maybe I should leave the chest. Unless it has a mithril fucking weapon. Christ. I'm not sleepy at all. And it's an empty room. What is this game's obsession with fucking empty rooms? Also, funnily enough, from a lot of the Final Fantasy older games, I remember plot and whatnot. I can't remember shit from this one. I just remember that I liked the game, the system, and that Firion was one of the main characters. That's about it. It has a funky level up system. That's what I remember. Story, nothing. Okay. There's no more further going down. Just treasure and 2 rooms. Of which one is probably empty. I can't remember any of the characters either, except from Firion. I wasn't even aware that there was a Maria and a guy. I think I remember Minwo, that's the white knight mage thing, better than any of those others. Boy. I don't want to waste my MP for potential boss battles. Seemingly just hack and slashing through empty fucking room! Boy! What should be like an invisible item on the floor or some shit? Okay. Down we go! Even though the encounters are bothering me, I am not turning them off because it's natural grinding, I guess. Unless one of my characters dies, then I turn it off because I don't like the distribution being weird. Then again, how much would I feel it from a weird system like this one? Monsters! Okay. Can I actually... I can. Get healed, fuckers. Elaskri. An ancient sword. Okay. Let's see. Optimal. No! Fuck's sake! I know that if I press that button, but I... La 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 la. Okay. I don't want you to have a mithril spear, so keep to the dagger. That's not what I said. Keep to the knife. Dagger thing. Uh... Okay. Oh. Why are you blind? When did you get blinded? Have some eye drops. Now you're not blind. Stop being blind. Oh, shit. Stop. Do your round and then re-attack. I like Pixel Remaster. Anyway, is it in here? Something's in here. What the fuck are you guys? Beavers. Beavers, I guess. Okay. Beavers. So how have you been, Sally? Asked it to Rack, so only fair if I also ask you how you've been. and cleaning, repainting the bathroom. Still exhausted, but try to get into computer work group so I can get some stuff done with that part of my brain. Nice! My personal next goal is the first out. Look through my clothes. Collect everything I can't wear or haven't touched in like years or something that just have been in my closet for God knows how long. Toss those out. Use my built-in closets as actual built-in closets. Um, when that space is opened up, I want to actually start using it also to put in like my adult coloring books and whatnot into the other closets, or on shelves that are still open and free, so that I can actually start to declutter the two little wardrobe thingies that I have in my living room, because I practically want all of my current furniture replaced. I want those little closet things gone, or I want them in my bedroom for different purposes, but not keep it in the current way that it is. And the reason I am saying that I'm probably wanting to just toss it out, well, one of them is kind of like broken, so I want that one kind of out. Then maybe the other one I can keep, because that one is not broken, so could still be useful. But I want it out of the living room, because in the living room, because I have a built-in closet in my bedroom. I have in the living room a weird area that is pushed in because of the built-in closet, and then there's an area that is like pushed back more, and I want to have like shelves in that pushed back area until where it juts out from the built-in closet, and then practically pretty much where the jutted out area is, I want to have an L-shaped desk at some point, so I can make that my multimedia area. I mean, I'm on laptop. I'm on laptop, and I just pressed his name and pressed the ban icon. So yeah, because I want to at some point have an actual desktop instead of a laptop. I mean, you can just through OBS press the name and do that kind of junk, yeah. But yeah, my old sofas also need to yeah, I figured that was how you had to do it. No, I have the privilege of just clicking. I can manage myself essentially with not having a lot of people in my chat. my old sofas also need to go out. And then I want a single sofa, I'm not sure if I want a 3-seater or a 2-seater, but I currently have two sofas, but I kind of want to just put it down to one and maybe do a 2-seater, and then preferably a sofa that I can take out, because the current issue for me is that these sofas are broken, but they're like old school sofas, and the only way you can get them out is if you have help. If you have somebody helping you wrangle them through the door and whatnot. And I kind of want to see if there are sofas that I can just assemble together on my own, be able to do that. Because if that one breaks, I can just be like, okay, I'll disassemble it, toss it out, and get a new one. And then have maybe an extra chair to sit in. So if you don't want to sit next to somebody, you have the option of like sitting across from somebody. I don't have a lot of people over the floor anyway, so I feel like a 2-seater and maybe a little bit more fancy chair might be a good idea. Plus, I would make in my living room also the multimedia area, which also is a second chair, essentially from that area that could be like rolled out. Um, then I think I would want um something of like a table, a small like thin table that maybe can have like 2 or 3 people sit at it, because again, I don't really have people really coming over, but um, I have been told that for eating, it is best if I just have a dedicated area where I can sit at. And then my my mom is like that she feels like I should have like a salon table for when I have guests over, and I'm not sure about that. I think on one hand, maybe I should, because otherwise, where do you put drinks? But I kind of want to keep the area as free as possible, and I don't want to have the table area, pardon me, directly at the behind the multimedia area, because then I would be a little bit fearful of like crumbs or water or soda, whatever, like spilling and then getting to wiring. So I do want to keep that like as separated as possible. And then for my hallway, I want to have like a for that, yeah. For the hallway, I want like where you can put your coats on and whatnot, and then maybe something with a little bit of storage under it. That would be really nice. So I can just put my shoes down there and it looking neat. And then I can also hang like safety stuff there, like maybe a first aid kit and my fire blanket and whatnot. So I know that that is like the area of like I can grab it from there ASAP really fast. For my kitchen, I have no fucking clue what I want to do with that. I know I want to empty it out. There's now like a really high salon table thing there, and maybe I should have the eating area in the kitchen, but I don't see myself eating in the kitchen, weirdly enough, as weird as that sounds. Maybe that's just in my head, but I'll have to figure that one out. I do know that my closet, my cupboards need to be really well cleaned and whatnot, and I could really do with some new pots and pans and whatnot. But I am more inclined to essentially extend the what's it called? I don't know. I don't know how it's called. I would prefer probably it extending to have a little bit more room for dishes and whatnot. But on the other hand, if I do that, there I might go into the danger of um, getting too much room, which makes me litter more. So maybe that's not a good idea. And maybe if I take that little weird table away, I can make that a dedicated area instead for uh, my recycle bins, because we have to put plastic with plastic, and if it's like green, so food pieces and whatnot, in like a green bin, and then we have of course the glass stuff, and and paper would also be separated, and then there's like the in general trash, but I could make it like 4 bins for at least the majority things of like green, green, gray, plastic, whatever color that is. I think it's yellow here in the Netherlands, and glass. Because paper, I should just, yeah, that should just go away quick. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not glass, but paper. I don't know. Maybe even a fifth one. Then at least it has to be like easy, accessible, and easy to clean and whatnot. My biggest issue would be the green one, because I had a dedicated green bin, but because it doesn't hold, because you don't like, if you just eat your food properly, you don't have a lot of leftovers. So I don't often have food pieces left over that have to be put into something. But when when I do that, then the stuff that is in it, I've had a few times that just the fucking maggots were crawling out of it, because I quite frankly forgot for like 2 or 3 weeks that I had shit in it. And then I tried to toss something away, and suddenly the fucking maggots crawl out of it. So that's the biggest danger with the fucking green one for me. So I really need to think of like a solution for that one specifically. Um, well, yeah, that's just it. How do you stop that from happening? You, mostly you don't, in my eyes. I've been really thinking about how it could be solved, but they don't have like airtight. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. They don't have like airtight stuff that can prevent issues. So maybe there's something you can put in it that floods, like that can put it. Huh? Maybe there's something you can put in with the food to mitigate pests. That's a thought. That's a tough one when you don't go through a lot of food waste. That would probably be the bin I decide not to bother with, but I don't know what your laws are like. That one really needs to have a thought, a skim over or two, because that one I am very unsure about. Where did I come from? Did I come from the bridge? Was I going downstairs on this thing? I don't fucking remember. I'm so talking to about my plans. Yeah, that one I need to really ponder about. Once I have my, because I have technically 3 bedrooms. They're not big, but I technically have 3 bedrooms. One bedroom is dedicated for the cats because I want them to feel safe and have their own little space, especially when I'm out of the door or sleeping, because they are sadly a danger to themselves. Um, and the other one I have at the moment, my mom, back when I came to live here, just dumped all my stuff essentially on me. And it's now filled with stuff that I never use and never look back to. And I should really just empty that completely out and be done with it, because I mean, I don't use it. I don't use it, and it's just there. And I've already seen that seemingly that room, because I kept that door. That one has a balcony door. I have 2 balcony doors. One is in the living room, and one is in that specific bedroom. And that bedroom door I always kept open, and I've noticed that seemingly a lot of the fucking mice have been in there. I don't think there are any in there now anymore, but that one needs to be cleaned out, disinfected. Everything needs to go, or at least as much as possible, everything needs to go. And then I want to dedicate that whole room to becoming a storage room. So if I don't have the storage in like the living room or the bedroom, I can just put it there. Something that I also would have wanted would be a dryer, but maybe not a dryer, but that I can at least dry my clothes in that specific room rather than have it in the hallway, because currently it's in the hallway when it's drying. So yeah, I have ideas. I had an idea first to make that room uh well, yeah, okay, fair. That could be a good one then. I fucking don't know where I'm going. Okay, I am on the right track. Well, it's I so because of the fucking mice, I technically don't want a dryer where I have to put uh where I have to put a what's it called? You have those snake things that you have to then put outside so that it can dry. And I don't want that. So I was recently looking at like when you have camping dryers where you don't need to have it be, because I'm alone, so it probably isn't going to be like a big thing that needs to dry anyway. And if it is, I can just hang that one outside or something, or use a drying rack for that specifically. But for just clothes, I was thinking of like a small camping dryer or something, to just have it be done by that. Because why get a whole ass dryer if you? I've I've lived here 10 years. I've never used a dryer in all of those years. When I lived with my mom, we also didn't really use a dryer for all of the years that I lived there. So I technically can do without. It would just be a little bit of a quality of life improvement if I could like wash something and dry it as fast as possible for the same day. But it's not a must. But yeah, I just want to make that. I have that room first in my head as like making it an office, and just keep the living room a complete living room. But I'm looking at myself. I don't use a lot of space at all. So why not, instead of make one room a whole office space, Why not make it just make it a storage room? I think that would be far more beneficial. And if I don't have my cats anymore, I could maybe make that room eventually a office room. Eventually. Where the fuck am I going? I don't fucking know. I did think about maybe making it a guest bedroom or something. But I think if I have friends over or something at that point, I would just have like a futon or something for in the living room. Wait, didn't I just got the goddess bell already? So I'm technically going out of this place? Why am I making myself suffer? I have a spell for this. Oh, because it doesn't work. That's why. So yeah, enough of this. Uh, just a very slow execution. But hey, if my house is a little bit better, I could maybe actually start inviting people. And not feel ashamed about my house. I did also get a tip from my downstairs neighbor about getting certain things for like really fucking cheap by bidding on them. I was not aware that that existed, and that makes me very happy because she showed her little cove rack that she got for like 10 euros because she bid on it and nobody else did, and they sent it to her, and it was a perfect little fucking rack for 5 euros. Well, you were no 10 euros. You can't get that quality from just anywhere. So yeah, I was really happy with that tip from her. And the only thing I don't like about the Netherlands is that we use for a lot of things um, Facebook for like giveaway or selling stuff between people, and I hate that so fucking much. They're like, oh yeah, if you want to have like a secondhand closet or something, just look on Facebook. I don't like Facebook. Why do I have to look on Facebook? God, I want out. I want out of this fucking place already. Get me out of here! I'm I'm actually going to do the rule that breaking that I said that I don't tend to want, but I'm so fucking lost, and I don't want to deal with 20 more fucking encounters to get the fuck out of this place. Oh my god. Okay. Can I? Curses! You've already gotten the goddess belt. First you ruined my standing with the emperor, and now this. The emperor will never forgive me for messing this up. If I ever go back to the Empire, he'll have my head. But I'm still a soldier. If I'm going to die, you're coming with me. Okay. He looks derpy. I wonder how bad he is, because so far the bosses on this one have been easy. This is what I mean. So far the bosses on this one have been easy. This was not a fucking challenge. Am I just misremembering that these games were hard? Haha, I may have lost, but don't think that you've won. I've booby-trapped this cave. Just a little parting gift from me to you. I'll be waiting for you in hell. Okay. Well, run! Not that I have to do anything about it. Oh. All FF isn't hard, it's just unintuitive. Can't hold much longer. Run! It's up to you. It's up to you now, Freya, my sweet Nelly. Bitch, you survived. Just go back to Nelly. No! I swear you were in the post game. Unless everybody fucking. I don't fucking remember. Okay, bye, Joseph. Fare thee well. Rip your daughter, now being all alone. I mean, I guess. I just. Look, my memory is mostly of the Game Boy Advance games. And I swear to God that they were harder than this. Or at least, and I was like a teenager at that point, so it's not like I was like a baby or something and being like, oh, this is so hard because I'm so fucking young and I don't understand how this works. I was like already. I don't fuck. Actually, before I say any other bullshit, Dawn of Souls GBA. 2004. I would have been 15. So yeah, I would not have been like on a standpoint of like, oh shit is hard, because I have peanut brain. Or so I like to think, at least. But maybe I did have peanut brain. I did start gaming. I didn't start playing Final Fantasy games until that time. So maybe it being a first time or something. I started playing Final Fantasy games when I kind of just met Seth. That suddenly is a realization. Goddamn. Where the fuck is his house again? So I can tell her dad is dead. Because of me! Okay, open the thing. Okay, there in the back. Okay, go, go, go. Tell the lady. Tell the child you killed her dad. Hi. Okay. At least she has something. Nope. He dead. Okay, so now I have the goddess bell. The next place I have to go is... Fuck knows what the fucking name was again of that fucking place. It's the little weird dot in the circle area to the right, where also the Chocobo Forest is. And I can fly there with Sid, so I can go to Sid's place and tell Sid to fucking fly me there because I'm a lazy fuck. And I did the thing that I shouldn't be doing. Stop. Stop, just murder. Huh. Hello, Sir Sid. Never mind. Fight first. Dead. Hello, Sid. I need your fucking airship. Bring me to the weird place that if I see the name of, I know what the fuck it is. Kashuan. That one. Thank you very much. Just airdrop me straight on top of it. There we go. Save we shall. No, save. Yes. Wang. Ask Goddess Bell. No. Goddess Bell. Nothing happens. What? 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 I am misremembering, aren't I? I probably had to go back to the fucking princess queen thing, show the goddess bell, and then they're going like, "Oh, you can go to the fucking Joshua place now." Or I had to talk to Sid because Sid then makes the goddess bell do a thing, and I don't fucking know. The directions are about as clear as fucking mud. By the way, I still love this game. I'm just fucking. I like complaining, I guess. I have come to the realization that I like bitching. Okay. I'm gonna turn the encounters off again. If this keeps going on. Fuck's sake. Wow. God, that was a good hit fail. I'm so not impressed. Wait. Clear? Okay, can go up here, I guess. Okay. Actually, I could have used my fucking magic on that and leveled up the magic, I guess, but... Off. Get me the fuck out of here. You're not gonna make me unhappy that I can't go through here, right? Okay, good. So do I show your ass the goddess bell, or do I show the other guy the goddess bell? What do I do with this fucking goddess bell? Hello. Okay. Onward. Fuck my life. Get this airship. Altair. El go. I'm gonna scream if this is not the place where I have to be to ask about bullshit. And the game is like, you have to just go to Cashmore and fucking keep. And I'm like, but what? Okay. We bought. Okay. Yep. Yeah, okay. Thank fucking hell. I keep forgetting I have to go back to this pitch every time. Ugh. We bought that bell with Joseph's life. We cannot let his death be in vain. You must take the bell to Kashun Keep at once. Why is this game like this? I swear to God. I could have just gone straight to Cashwan Keep. No, you first have to talk to the fucking bitch. What do you mean you could have it the easy way and just go towards Cashwan Keep? No, you first have to talk to the princess, and the princess will have to give you the fucking allowance to go to Cashwan Keep. Because fuck you. We have to interrupt you and make you go across the wall fucking 600 times. This man's legs must be like fucking tree trunks because they've been walking 500 miles and they would fucking walk 500 more for this goddamn princess. I'm happy I'm seemingly entertaining because, God, I want to fucking bash someone's head in. Okay, can I now please go into this goddamn keep? Please? Maybe? Fuck off! What do you need? What does this need? This game is clear as mud! Yo, you got the goddess fucking bell! Go to the fucking Kuon Keep! Please let the fucking... Fuck you! Fuck you, game. I swear to goddamn everything. I had to fucking talk to the fucking door, not the fucking flame that you technically are coming for. You know, the fucking flame that needs to be used to blow up the dreadnought? No, you have to fucking use the goddamn bell on the fucking door to get into the fucking keep, even though that the flame is like right there. Okay. I came to retrieve the sunfire. I thought I was the only one left who could open the door. I'd meant to look for Eggle's torch, but it's... Oh, right, I need to go... That's what I'm fucking forgetting. I need to go into the fucking keep so I can get the fucking torch so I can get the fucking flame and then I can go to the fucking dreadnought and fucking blow it up! Why can't I just use magic? Why can't I just fucking Firaga my fucking way into blowing that shit up? Just overload it with magic. Just overload it with magic, my dude. Fucking hell. Welcome to the party for like 10 seconds. I swear, I've played through this whole game and I remember nothing of this and of how fucking frustrating this fucking game is. I only remember the fucking level up system. It is fucking... I must have had trauma and I just wanted to fucking forget this fucking game. My brain just went like, oh my god, this is such a fucking annoying game. I'm glad I fucking finished it, and I will never touch this again. I will forget everything about this game, so I don't need to carry the trauma of having to fucking go everywhere, fucking forget everything, because it's so fucking clear as mud what the fuck I have to do. And now, like, fucking more than 15 years later, my brain is like, oh, I have the pixel remaster. I should really play that game again. I remember that I really liked the games. Except for this one, because I don't fucking remember anything. I just remember that I played it and finished it. Story? Other characters? Nah. Firion? Level up system and maybe Minwoo, kind of? Remember? And that there was a tower thing at the end that I never fucking touched in the post game with like all the NPCs that joined your party. Oh, I'm very sorry for being an absolute bitch right now, but I'm just here like, God, what is this? Help me. Okay, there are actually boxes. Mice! Kill them all! Actually, I'm actually gonna do it. If they're not already dead when this round is gone. Kill them with fucking fire! Goodbye. Delete. Okay, nothing. Just a fucking empty room! Whew. I should turn it off. At least the pixel art is nice. I really like the pixel art. God, why am I so fucking angry with this game? Okay, so it's a maze that wants me to go there. Remember when I said it wasn't hard, but it was unintuitive? Okay. Yes, I remember. And you were like, I wasn't stupid when I played it the first time. Well, no, what I said was that I don't remember it being this easy. I swear to God that the game was harder, but at the same time, I shouldn't have been fucking stupid in that sense, so maybe it wasn't that. Pepper Rich Farm remembers. No, it shouldn't. That really shouldn't. I get me. I am going to say that that I don't remember it maybe being hard, but maybe I remember it being frustrating. I just assumed that with hard over time because I don't fucking know. I'm just giving it a spin right now. I just remember that I don't remember them being this piss easy in combat because I remember that something wasn't great about it, but you know, it was like okay and not too bad and blah 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 blah. But um I don't remember anything of like the environments or hating this. So the only gif I have from my thing. Yee. In my in my opinion, older FFs are really forgettable. Well, that's the weird thing. I remember most of Final Fantasy One when I played it before I played it again. And I'm going to say that is because it was so fucking piss easy and so straightforward. Just get the crystals, fight the fiends, fight Garland slash Chaos, the end. But I remember, like, I also remember the witch that we had to go to, and the pirates, and all that kind of jazz. So I do remember like a lot of like little tidbits and details. This game specifically, I don't remember anything of it. I don't. I remember Furion, but I forgot that Maria and Guy existed. I did know remember that I had guests, but the only guest that I remember was Minwoo, which is like the very first one. I remember the Emperor. That one I also remember, but I think I remember the Emperor because of the Cydia more so than from video game itself. Um, but store and I remember that there was there is the whole keyword thing that I did also remember of this game, and then the level up system where it's like if you use this then yeah. um but I don't remember anything of like the dreadnought, the princess, the king, nothing. I don't remember. Hell, I was a little bit surprised because um because the town that gets attacked where the wild rose is from, the whole thing is the is called Finn, and that's exactly the way that I spell my D&D character's name. And I did not get that name's idea from this game at all because I didn't fucking remember any of the towns of this fucking place. Like, I don't even have like the most tiddly bit of like, oh, yeah, I remember this now that I'm here kind of remembrance. I feel like I'm playing this game for the first time while I am sure that I've not played this for the first time. I remember distinctly that I even finished the game because then I went to the post credit stuff where you had the NPCs that joined your party temporarily having to go to a tower to fight the Emperor in the death in this when they're dead. something like that. So obviously, I have fucking played this game, but I zoned everything else out. It's amazing. I feel like 5 is alright, but meanders too much. But the core story of Dark Knight Paladin, man, was subversive and makes it stand out for. That was 4. If you're talking about Cecil was 4. 5 is Bart. Yeah, that's Bart. So yeah. 5, 6, and 7 all did good job of having surprising. I thought Cecil and Kane were 5. No, Cecil and Kane are 4. Cecil and Kane are 4. Barts and such are 5. 6 is Terra and her crew, and Locke. Fair. Because I remember that it was kind of funny because 4 is really good and 5 is not bad, but compared to 4, it's like a step back. Why is there a mini boss fight in the middle of this? Why is this thing more bulky than all the fucking bitches I've had before? Game? Okay. Cecil game good. Terra and Kafka good. Cloud and Meal Deal good. 8 is surreal, but in my opinion feels more like the older you're a guy when stuff's happening rather than you're the guy whose stuff is happening to stories. I have a love-hate relationship with 8 because so I have a little bit of like I don't like Squall at all. He is the type of character, or the way that I interpreted him, he is the type of character that I really hate, especially as a protagonist. But a friend of mine said, like, you're looking at him through the wrong lens because he's not being emo, he's just being an anxious fucking teenager. And I looked at it a little bit differently, like in a more recent playthrough when I played it. And if I look at it through the idea of like a socially awkward, anxious guy that gives off the impression of being kind of emo, then he's less obnoxious. But I find it really hard because everything he says, at least in text for me, and how the animations for that time show him off, makes him just look like a dickbag to me. And I'm just like, okay. So I kind of have I have a really big thing of like, if there is a talking protagonist and there's a big story, if I don't like the protagonist, the story can be really good. But if I hate most of the characters of a game, it kind of stops for me. Because I don't know. The story can be really amazing, but if I am really hating the cast, that just breaks me up so much that I can't keep playing for just the story. Yeah, that also works. That's a nice theory. Yeah. If you accept the idea, it's actually a much better game. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That is like a grievance of sorts, like getting to terms with your death. I the system from eight, I do like. I like the story of eight, and um, I like how the systems work a little bit because they're unique-ish. But because I really most of the cast I either didn't care for or I found them annoying. With like the only exception being Zell. I didn't like anybody except Zell, so it for me kind of like got to a point of like, well, why do I play this game? Because I don't like anybody except for Zell. Everybody annoys me in some kind of way. So I sometimes still pick it up, but preferably not, I guess. It's weird. It's a weird game for me. It's like one of those games that I sometimes suddenly have an urge to play, and I have no idea why. Because I technically don't like the game. Why is this thing a mini boss? Why does this thing take more effort than any of the bosses so far that I've had? It's a personal theory thing after that point. Like, he's telling a story about himself as a Mary Sue, and he's the hero, and everyone likes him, and everyone's entire personality went down to a one dimensional view, like how someone would see them rather than how they would actually be, i.e., the whole story is from Squall's POV, and he's a delusional loser who's struggling to accept his own mortality in his final moments. In my opinion, that's a really cool narrative, but without that angle, it's just a poorly written melodramatic one-note slop. Yeah, yeah, and well, the only, like I said, the only character I really like of that whole game is technically Zell, and nobody else. Like Quistis is like acceptable for me. I never liked Selfie, but Selfie is on the same level of like I don't like her as what happened technically to Riku from 10 in 10-2. Like, oh, I'm such an airhead, teehee, but I should be like a combat wizard or super smart or whatever. And I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up. Thank you. I hate you. And with Riku, it hurts more because she was not the fucking blonde bimbo, whatever. She was quirky and upbeat, but she wasn't acting like a dumbass. While in fucking 10-2, I feel like she just absolutely got boiled down to like, hee hee, look at me. Like, god fucking damn it, what the fuck did you do to one of my favorite characters? And honestly, the reason that I am not complaining about Yuna specifically from 10-2 is because I technically didn't care much for her in 10 either. So 10-2 just made her more annoying to me, and I just went like, okay, whatever. I like pain. And I mean the character. I like pain. The end. Yeah, yeah, you make sense. That would actually make it a better story if it was like realized that that was the case, but that isn't realized. So sorry that I also went to fucking yeah, mm, other characters that I shouldn't be. Basically the same as Cloud stealing his accident. See, maybe this is weird because Cloud was always also kind of like emo, but something about Cloud for me never struck me as annoying. And maybe that's because he was willing to fucking put on a dress and shit to help his friends. Silly shit like that. Like he was willing to put his ego aside. I find him almost more annoying in the newer game because I feel like that emo bullshit is hammed on more than it was in the actual game itself. I don't know, just something about between Squall and Cloud. Like they were like similar kind of like protagonists of like being like fruity, blah blah blah. But for Cloud it worked, and for Squall it didn't. And I feel like if I now look at like the newer iteration from the current one, I feel like I dislike Squall Cloud a lot more. Maybe because they emphasize that fucking broody bullshit a bit more. I don't know. Let's read. It's basically the same as Cloud. Blah. In my opinion, it felt they were trying to recapture Seven's impact, but like super literally. Same basic story, same basic character relations, same basic motivation, so it ends up being a really basic, oversimplified version of the same basic story beats, like a fanfic that copies ideas but doesn't understand why they work. I don't know what it is with the reworked 7 game. Something about that game does not click with me, and I kind of hate it. Which is fair. I mean, it's fair that he went from a poser to playing a brooding soldier, but that also kind of means. It, see, that's a funny thing that I felt about Cloud mimicking, in quotation marks, Zack, because Zack never was a brooder. So where did the broodiness come from? Zack was like this, like he had his issues, but he was barely a brooder. He had his moments, but he had his legit moments of being a broody brooder for NGO and whatnot that had happened to him. But yeah, by the end of the remakes, he'll likely be likable again. But so far, there's 120 hours of him still not being himself. It's Sephiroth. Yeah, I was about to say he looks like he's more mimicking Sephiroth than he's mimicking Zack, because Zack is not like that. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense at least than it being a mimic of himself and Zack, because He's doing a bad job. He didn't fucking know his friend if that is the case. Fucking empty room. Good shit. Yeah, that also makes more sense. I don't know. Just Cloud did not hold that annoyance for me that Squall has. At least the original game does not hold that same annoyance for me. Yeah, fair. I really like Zack. Isn't he supposed to be alive in the current iteration of the games? Which still makes me really confused. Isn't Zack's whole thing the thing that he gave himself up? Because I don't so I if he is alive, I like the idea of having Zack being able to be a party member or something, or being in the story once I get my hands on it. But at the same time, especially after I played Crisis Core, I felt like his story was so perfect. It had such a good ending to it because he did it for the right reasons. And I feel like if he is still alive, that's kind of like taking away the heroicness of his actions. I was written as a guy who's faking it, but has two strong characters that he's built off of Zack barely existing on the game, but they still had to design Bible because his persona informed Clouds and the whole backstory of the game. Squall doesn't have that. He's essentially copying Cloud the way he's written. He's no in-game reason for it. Zack is and isn't alive. Schrodinger's Zack. Okay. I'm going to just assume uh because that's just something that I don't fucking get from the current games. Like you said, it feels like they're doing beat for beat the story, but at the same time they put so much unique things in it. It almost indeed feels like a fan fiction, and they're missing certain stuff, like what made XYZ great or XYZ bad and whatnot. The beat for beat rant was criticism on F8. Okay, I don't know. I just remember I played the first game in part for 7 remake, and I just remember that I could not stomach it. Remake is a fourth wall breaking sequel. Right, it was a fucking sequel. Which is even more fucking confusing. I wonder how I say I wonder how that works, and at the same time my brain is like, I don't want to touch that game anymore. Ever again. Oh. Okay. That is weird. Same way Adam children resurrected Sephiroth. Okay. I'm going to try and get to the end of the dungeon, and then I'm going to have to go because I have to feed a kitty, drop the neighbors for my mom. In universe, Sephiroth is essentially critique of the series. What the fuck? You know, I like metagames if they're done good. This just sounds annoying. But maybe I'm just old and grouchy at this point. And I just want my game to be as it is. Okay. Weird. I'm gonna do the thing again. I think there's enough grinding for one. Unless the fucking box has monsters, I guess. Then fuck me. That. How are they linked then? Is it because of him eventually killing him that they're now linked in some weird way? Without him, there's no FF7, and there's never been a more compelling duo. See, I'm going to be very honest. I never seen them as a duo because for God fucking knows that Sephiroth didn't know his existence for like most of his career until the little bitch tossed him into the fucking live stream. And that's when he got his vendetta, but I mean, are they really not linked? I feel like Zack and him had a better relationship and a bigger relationship than Cloud and Sephiroth. I think Sephiroth is an iconic character, but not a duo in that sense. Think of it more like a TV show you watch every week. Each week it's the same people telling the same story, but it's slightly different, right? I guess. It's that time moves forward, the world isn't allowed to evolve. I do like some of the stories that are ideas and theories that people make, like that Final Fantasy VII's world is the precursor of before tens and whatnot, because you know the Genova stuff and whatnot. That okay, it heals off that. Does it heal from every magic? Should I hit you with fire? It is a meta reference, yeah. No. What the fuck? How the fuck do I beat your ass? Just normal attack it to death? No. That is a no. Okay. Oh, well, it's dead, I guess. Eggle's torch. Teleport the fuck out. Okay, I'm going to save and stop here because I have to go do what I said that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take a really quick peek if there are people I want to send you guys to. Probably not. Nope, absolutely nobody. Good shit. So, gonna stop here. That essentially is what Remake talk about, how the world has stagnated because it can change due to how successful it is and how beloved the franchise is. Makes sense. Thank you for that, and also thank you for being in the chat, both you and Sai, because I got to rant nice and lots. And yeah, I'm gonna feed the cat of my mom's neighbor. And then come home and hopefully not make noise for my downstairs neighbor. Anyway, have a good evening and stay healthy. You specially, fucking Rex! Don't fucking get more injuries. Thank you very much. Anyway, bye!